Welcome back to BSG Automotive. Today we're working on a 1998 Chevy Malibu, and it has a problem with the AC control inside the cabin there. They press the button, the AC comes on, they can hear it, and then just clicks off, look down, the light's off. What the heck's going on here? They press it again, it doesn't respond. They press it again, it starts flickering and comes on again, and then goes off again. Well, what the common concern with these is the actual switch itself, the momentary contact switch inside the control head. And some guys take them apart and they try to clean them, but the concern comes back not too much further down the road. So what we're doing today is we're changing the whole control head out on there, and it's a good idea to do this while GM is still making the things, because on the other side of it is the high current contact switch for the blow motor on there, which wears out eventually on these also. So when you buy the control head, you get everything new on there, including that switch that causes concerns on there. So today we're going to show you, we're going to walk you through how to take all the trim off and how to change out that HVAC control head without breaking anything. And I'll show you an example of how it looks on there when it starts flickering and it just cuts out. And this is a pretty common concern, like I said, and you may find this useful. Right now they're selling for about $130, very cheap for a control head from a manufacturer. So I'll link to that down below so you guys can grab one. There's like two options. There's either there's either a rear defrost one version or a non-rear defrost version. So it's pretty simple to tell. You look down at your control head, do you have rear defrost button or not? And either way, you just pop it into there, a few connections, and you're good to go once again. Okay, so we made it out here. It's a little bit dark. It took a while to get out here. We're gonna do the washers on the outside first, and then we're gonna go to the inside and pop the HVAC control head into there. I brought the dogs along so they can help out, and we're going to take care of the washers first before it gets too dark. Okay, so now the washer sprayer heads on this particular vehicle are kind of weird. The part of the wiper arm on here, there's one here and there's one right there that clips onto there. I got them off there already. So here's a hose here and a hose here for them. What was weird is the driver's side wiper worked just fine. Washer fluid was coming over to these hoses just fine when it was disconnected. But both of these were plugged up on here, so that was kind of weird. But what I ended up doing was soaking these in vinegar for a while, and then I took them out and I blew them out with compressed air reverse, so from the sprayer head out, and actually shot out some debris in there. And this one right here, then when it clips on, I was blowing it this way and this way, and actually shot out the guts in here. You can see the guts in there. It's interesting to see how they're built inside of there. So this one we know is definitely clean, but it's very simple inside of there. It's small passageway, so it can definitely get plugged up. So we're gonna put this back together, and we're gonna pop them on here and try them out. All right, so let's do this one first. I'm actually gonna push the hose on all the way first. Push it up and on here, center it, and then I'll clip right in. And then up here, find it, I'll do the same thing. This one goes on upside down like that. We should have washers then. And the reason I went through the process of cleaning these is because it's really hard to find them, and if you did buy them, it comes with the whole arm, and it's $120, best price I could find. So it's definitely worth cleaning them and trying to get them to work again. Usually in the Fords, since they come and they're part of the hood, you just replace them. They're like $5 each, and it's all new and it sprays really well. So we'll clip this one on. Probably see it. There it goes. The thing's all flickering. Goes off whenever it wants to. You kind of fidget with it. Right here, the compressor's off too.
hit it hard and it kind of works.
Okay, so here's the part from GM right here, and this is actually the AC Delco brand, same thing. And the 09 has rear defrost, and the 10 has no rear defrost option. I'm not sure if the connections in the back are the same or not, but of course I got the one that was right for this vehicle, which you probably have rear defrost. So it's pretty simple. This is old style stuff from the 90s, you know, so it's all pretty basic, you know. Control head, nice and thin, and then the back side here, you have some vacuum connections, bunch of vacuum connections for the vacuum motors in the vehicle, and an electronic connection for the control head itself on here, for the temperature blend door actuator and all that, and then over here, a high current connector for the actual blower motor switch on here. So it's very, very simple. One screw on each side, you got a locating tab, and the thing comes right out. So we're going to put that to the side, and we're going to take out this trim panel right here with my cat claw, if I could find it. Okay, now we're going to start at the top right here, and we're going to start prying it off of here. You just kind of get it in between there, and it should pop out pretty easy. You know, you want to put the pressure this way, not really pry off the dash on there. And it should come out without any damage, and you could do like I'm doing here. I'm pulling on it a little bit and helping it off of there. And you just go all the way around, so it'll be push fasteners all the way around. Once you get so far off, you kind of get your fingers in here and pull it off the rest of the way on there. And that way, there's no chance you marring anything up on there. Let's keep going all the way down. And down below here, there's going to be this cigarette lighter power point connection. You can either leave that in and just throw it in the ground here, like this, off to the side, like I'm probably going to do, something like that. And after that, this whole thing is open for us. Now, just like the Fords, they're retained in by two 7mm bolts. Pull those out, put them to the side so you don't lose them. And at this point, if you don't feel comfortable with the shift knob in the way, you can put the key in. Now the trim ring's out of the way. You put the key in and pull this back. Keep your foot in the brake, put the parking brake on, whatever, and we can work in here a bit more. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Get this out of the way. Okay. And then this whole thing comes out, turn to the off position, just so that's not running anything. And you may have to wiggle it a little bit. These alignment tabs, they hold it in there pretty good, you know, so it's aligned properly. After that, as you can see, there's just a few connections in the back, and you put the new one in, and it pops right into there. Now this one, the high current one, you simply press in the tang right here, you see it, and then pull, and that'll come out. And this one right here, you just use your cat claw once again, and I'll link to this cat claw down below. It's so useful if you're working on cars ever. And that's just the hissing from the vacuum loss on here. So we'll go ahead and get that out of here, like so. There's another attachment point on there. Guess it don't matter on this one. See, this one has another little attachment point on here, and that just makes sure that you plug it into there correctly. Now over here for this one, looks like there's two blue tangs on there, release, and then you pull it out. Okay, and the last thing we have is this vacuum connection right here, and there's a tang here, you see right there, and there's one on the other side. And so you simply pull it out of the way and pull up on it just a little bit like that, okay, and then do the same thing over here, and that's it. This whole freaking thing comes out and goes bye-bye. So put that in the box. We'll get our new one over here, And let's just go back the same way we just worked on here with the big vacuum connection on there. So we'll make sure we're lined up on here. Like that. And then we'll do a large connection right here. And each one of these connections, they're keyed so you can't put them in wrong. That one's fully plugged in. Let's do this small vacuum line. Set of lines here. Make sure it's fully pressed on so there's no vacuum leaks. Okay. And then here's the connection for the blower motor. Same thing, goes in one way. You just want to make sure they fully lock in like that. And you'll be good to go. No problems later on. Besides that, you just start putting it back into here. Again, the alignment pegs on there will align it for you perfectly the first time. No issues. We can go ahead and tighten those screws in there. No big deal. I was pleasantly surprised how this trim ring came off. Kind of similar to the Fords where it just pops off of there. A lot of the GMs with their hard plastic and all that, it's kind of hard to work on some of their stuff, especially the steering columns. So it's nice to see. Okay, we can go ahead and get this into place. Okay. If you disconnected your power point down here, make sure you plug it back in. Otherwise, we're going to put this back up. Pull the key out. And then we'll just kind of align this back up on here. Just get it in place like so. And then start pushing lightly and it'll just pop in like that. And then you just go all the way around. Okay. And you make sure it snaps in all the way. So it's all back together properly. We're in park already. That, and when I first pulled this off, I don't know where it went, but there was a trim ring that actually popped off of here. Okay, I found it. It's down yonder. We'll snap that back on. It goes in the same way. We'll go ahead and try this out. Whoa. Alright, let's go ahead and test it out. Turn the air on. Get it cycling. And you can already tell the LED on there is not flickering like it was before with that poor connection. And then of course it works whenever you press it and it stays on. But before it would just, you put it on, it would just flicker and just go out. And of course the AC compressor will go off too. So at this point, with everything back on here and working, what you want to do is make sure all your vacuum connections and everything works properly. Make sure your connections were snapped in all the way. So we'll go through the speeds, stuff like that. The rest of this is all integral to it. Make sure this one works and actually commands the blend door left and right for hot and cold. And then over here, we're going to go through different modes. Vent floor, and your defrost floor and defrost. We'll go through each one of them and give them time to work, the vacuum motors to work, and then we'll check the output on there. And that way we know everything's back together properly. Alright, that's all there is to it. It's pretty simple to change one of these out. Now, like I said, I'm a Ford technician, and I don't work on GMs that often, or Chryslers, anything like that, and I was able to change this thing out in about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes with filming. So it just goes to show, if you had this problem, go ahead, buy the part online. There's only 2 options, rear defrost and no rear defrost, depending on what you have currently. And I'll link to both of them down below in the video description. And buy the part, get it to your door, go out in your driveway and swap it out in like 5 to 10 minutes, and you're back in business, and you save a lot of money over going to the dealer or repair shop. So hopefully this helps. There'll be a lot more content like this coming out in the future, hopefully more during the daytime, but right now with all the jobs I'm doing, it's hard to get daytime shots with the winter hours. It gets dark quick. So there'll be a lot of other good content coming out on different brands that are not Fords. Now if you have Ford concerns, I have a whole different channel with almost 500 videos on different Ford repairs on Ford Tech Make You Local, and I'll link to that down below also, so you have a reference for that if you own a Ford. So hopefully this helps, and that's it. I'm out of here.